When I was 18, I started kissing girls at university parties. I told myself it was because I was trying to impress the boys. I would repeat to myself over and over again, I'm not really bisexual. I spent 5 years in a Christian cult where same-sex attraction was not allowed, but was treated by one person being treated like they were just making it up and they were being silly and a drama queen. That was me in this case. The other person being treated like some kind of sexual predator. It wasn't until 15 years after that I started to question whether I might be queer. I felt bad about questioning it. Eventually, through a whole series of events, which I don't have time to talk about now, I came to accept that I was. Over a year after I'd been dating women, I was having a conversation with a male friend who had had significant contact with Christianity. And he said, can we talk about how we came to accept our pansexuality in the face of the church's condemnation? In that conversation, I went through the narrative. I said, when I was at university, I used to kiss girls at parties, but I told myself it wasn't real because I was only doing it to impress the boys. It was only after I said that I stopped and thought about it. And it occurred to me that there were actually no boys there. When I thought about it, I realized I didn't even have a crush on any of the guys I was at uni with. And I was left going, how have I told myself this narrative my whole life? I realized that this is a phenomena that affects so many of us who have grown up in Christianity. We know that a certain thing is wrong, in this case being queer, although the same principle applies to anything we believe is wrong. But because we can't reconcile the fact that it's wrong with the feelings that we have, or the thoughts that we have, or the actions that we have, we somehow create these other narratives in our mind to justify it. In this case, I'm not really pansexual because I did it to impress men. This is going to be the first in a whole lot of posts about this journey, because I have realized that the journey of unpacking my sexuality actually affects everything in my life. I know that people in the church often think of it like, oh, they just want to sin, they want to do these sinful actions. And the journey for me, which is still continuing, by the way, of unpacking all of the baggage around this put there by Christians, has been to realize that actually not being able to be honest about who I am in terms of my sexuality has impacted everything. It's like a knock-on effect. It means I haven't been able to be honest to myself about so many things, about my identity, about my heart. And even only a couple of months ago, I had this realization that there was this whole level of myself I had never been able to even inhabit. It was like with babushka dolls, where you take one and there's another one underneath. It felt like that, like taking off one, and underneath there was this whole other one of myself, parts of which wasn't even related to sexuality, but all these parts of myself that had been locked away because of not being able to be honest. If you can't be honest with one thing, you can't be honest with all the things. And just like the babushka doll, the one underneath was this revelation, except unlike the babushka doll, the one underneath was larger. The one underneath was more true, more vibrant, more real. And that is why I am so passionate about this subject of deconstructing these controlling, limiting, abominable beliefs that we have inherited and been indoctrinated with from Christianity, and actually being honest and true about who we are. And for you listening, that may not even be anything to do with queerness or even sexuality, but whatever it is, whatever your true self that you have suppressed because of this indoctrination, I fully believe that you're not able to embrace your true being, your true potential, your true life until you can own those things that are inside you. More next time.